probably before all of it.
By the way, if you take a look at the Wrestling Observer reader poll, this got the second most votes for best match of the night behind Ric Flair and Sting. So this is a pretty good match we're watching right now.
Yeah, the Nasty Boys were. I always thought they gave you a pretty good match.
Yes.
They were what they were, but they were good brawlers. They knew what to do as far as brawling was concerned. Bobby Heenan was scared to death of Brian Knobbs, and because he thought he was like a loose cannon. And here we are down at ringside, so I know Heenan's very nervous. We're pushed right up against the ropes, because Knobbs would be one of those guys that, once he fell down to the floor, hell, you never know what he would do. It was kind of like Vader. You never know what he would do down the floor. Yeah, they were pretty. I thought Knobbs and Sags made a very, very good tag team, and they had a great run. They really did.
I loved them. They're one of my guilty pleasures as a tag team. I mean, I went as the Nasty Boys, me and my best pal back in the day. We were the Nasty Boys for Halloween.
How about that?
By the way, this show has 4,044 paying customers. There's a gate of $42,000. That's actually good numbers for WCW in this era. There's a total of 6,700 people in the crowd, but it was set up to where they could have had 11,000. We aren't there yet. But the match we're watching was not all that critically acclaimed. It only got a star and 3/4. Meltzer said overall he was in the minority. He did not think this was a good show, but the readers gave it 53% thumbs up. And they are, of course, the customer.
How about that?
It's an interesting time, though, because this is around the same time ECW is starting to get a little bit of buzz, and they promoted Sabu versus Cactus Jack on June 24th at the ECW arena, and just assumed, based on those two names alone, it would be a guaranteed sellout. It was not.
Right.
But it was a well-received match for sure. And this is also the circumstance, the era, and I don't know if you've ever seen this, but Sabu broke a bottle over Cactus Jack's head. Like, not a gimmicked beer bottle. He just kept hitting him over and over and over until it broke.
Why not? That's the way Cactus would want it.
It's crazy. By the way, he did that just days after this. So he's going to do this show in South Philadelphia on a Thursday, but on a Saturday night, he's in Philadelphia getting cracked over the head with a beer bottle.
So this is like his last show with us?
No, he was allowed to work some shows here and there, but he is here to drop the belts.
Okay. All right. Got it.
What they're going to retain that. They're going to retain the titles here.
Okay.
But this is a deal where, he was already putting in notice and they made him the tag team champion. So he knew, like, well, I'm going to lose it eventually because my contract's going to be up. I'm leaving.
Yeah. Well, that was the best decision he ever made, because
he bet on himself, man.
Yeah. Because he became such a star.
Did you see recently when he did an interview or had some sort of comment that said, hey, if I really was going to do one last match, I wanted my last match opponent to be MJF. What do you think of that?
Really?
Yeah.
Just because he wants to beat the shit out of him?
Well, that'd be a great reason. I think he just thought the promos would be fun.
He's probably right.
He's going to hang around WCW here in this era until mid-September, and then at Fall Brawl he'll lose a loser leaves WCW match to Kevin Sullivan.
I don't remember any of that stuff, man.
94 is just a blur to you, huh?
With the exception of Bash of the Beach, yeah. And actually, Spring Stampede was
Steamboat and Flair. You remember that
Steamboat
one?
and Flair, yeah, that was good.
I knew you'd remember that one.
All right, but other than that, I didn't. Fans really popped on that bump.
That Cactus clothesline gets them every time. Like whenever you see Cactus spill over the top rope like that, anytime you see a big guy, 300 pounds, going over the top rope, it's going to get some attention. Look at Cactus right here.
He missed. He missed. They moved out of the way and hit the back of his head. So my question is, did they move on purpose, or did they was that a called spot, or did they fuck it up? I don't know.
Oh no, that's what he was looking for. That was the design. This is before people were doing flippity doodahs.
Flippity doodahs.
Well, you know what I'm talking about when I say
I know
that.
exactly what. There's millions of flippity doodahs done now. So many flippity doodahs that to the point to where flippity doodahs don't mean what they used to mean, right?
Well, I'm just saying, like, I don't know the names of all of them. I mean,
I don't either. I might as well call it a flippity doodah.
No, we'll call it something else so it sounds authentic. We'll come up with
Oh.
like Excalibur. So, like what we just saw Cactus Jack do, where he bounced on the second rope and then just sort of fell into the guardrail. We'll call that the Tijuana hematoma.
The Tijuana hematoma.
Yep.
Okay.
Hit him with that old Tijuana hematoma.
You know what I should do? I should make up some names of moves on my own.
Yes, why don't you?
And just hit them and just watch Excalibur turn and look at me because that makes me laugh every time he does.
Here's what I'm saying though. Do you realize a lot of these moves that Excalibur knows the names of?
Yeah.
Those moves were named by people with less credentials in wrestling than Tony by God Schiavone. So if all of a sudden Tony by God Schiavone says this is the name of that move, who the fuck is Evan Bourne to come around here and correct Tony Schiavone? Hit the bricks, Matt Seidel. You and M Dog 20. If Tony Schiavone wants to call it a Tijuana hematoma,
that's Tijuana hematoma. Okay, you got it, brother.
Boom.
Text me here, Tijuana hematoma.
Dude, if you say that, I'm going to wear that shirt around Gunnersville for 2 weeks every day. I'm going to make it a shirt. I went to Tijuana and all I got was this hematoma. Bang, bang, bang.
Oh my God.
We're having a lot of fun. Hope you guys are too. We're about 15 and a half minutes into a playback of Clash of the Champions 27. Have I told you what I'm helping people with in my real life? Yeah, I'm helping them save money over at savewithconrad.com. If you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Go get yourself a quick quote. Interest rates have improved and people are realizing, hey, now's a chance to save some cash. And I'm talking to you, if you're still on the fence about buying a house, we can get you out of that apartment, tell your landlord to kiss your grits, and get you into a brand new house. You can do that with 5% down, with 3.5% down. And yes, there are still no money down options available in 2024. SaveWithConrad.com is your first step. We're going to ask you, hey, where are you now and where would you like to be? And we're going to get you on a path to meet those short-term goals, but really meet the long-term goal that we all want. And that's to appreciate the American dream. The American dream isn't to give 29% of your gross monthly income every month until you die to some banker. No, you want to own that thing for real. Your own piece of land for you and your family, your legacy. And we want to help you get one for yourself at savewithconrad.com. You don't need perfect credit. You don't need money out of your pocket. And maybe you've already got a house, but it'd be nice if you could pay a little less. We're routinely finding a way to help our podcast listeners combine all of their debt, and I mean all of it. Credit cards, personal loans, even car payments. Get it into one low monthly payment. Not only is it a better interest rate, it's also a greater tax deduction, but maybe most importantly, a much cheaper payment. We're routinely helping our podcast listeners save $500, $600, $700, even $800 a month. But how much can you save? Find out right now at savewithconrad.com.
You guys, the housing market's really good right now, too, for you folks out there that are thinking of making a change in your overhead or your living conditions. Now's not a bad time to make that move. Nowhere better to do it than savewithconrad.com. He's going to save you money. He's going to be honest. And it's like dealing with a friend, an educated friend. And boy, there's a lot of uneducated and unfriendly people in that world. Conrad Thompson is not one of them.
Well, I appreciate you saying that, Jim. Check out our reviews online. You're going to see we've got more than 1,000 5-star reviews. Customer service is what it's all about. We want to be your mortgage advisor for life. So there's no application fee. There's no credit report fee. We just want to talk, man. Hey, tell us where you are and tell us where you want to be, and we'll try to help you get a plan to get there. We want to be your advocate, your humble advocate at savewithconrad.com.
Attaboy, Connie. Look at those cheeks, ladies. Look at those cheeks, ladies and gentlemen. My God.
How could you say no to that, right?
NMLS number 2129, Equal Housing Lender.
SaveWithConrad.com.